That guy was hacking. And then he just got exposed live. That's no joke, actually kind of funny. What? Dark Enderman. Easy. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm just joking. I was just playing like a little, like prank. I was just playing a little prank, you know? Oh yeah! Oh no! Oh no! Be a good boy for me, please. Yes, I did good boy.
today is a very special day. Today is the little stretchy, sleepy princess's 3-month birthday. Happy birthday, Lily!
Happy birthday! She's 3 months old today.
Yeah, 3 months ago, you were coming out of that. And now, you're laying on a beanbag, and that's all you do all day, every day, for 24 hours, is sleep and eat. So, I got Lily a birthday cake again. So every birthday we're going to do this. We're celebrating every month, every year, every milestone we're going to celebrate with you, Lily. So right now, is your 3-month birthday cake. I think it's an ice cream cake, but right now, we're going to go ahead and light this and sing you happy birthday.
She's got a big cake this time. It's huge.
Yeah, there you go. And you record me with this big cake. All right, here we go. Let's do this, Lily.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lily. Happy birthday to you.
All right, Lily, hey, blow out your birthday candles.
Lily, you're almost awake. Come on.
You wake up and blow out your...
Come on. Just one big stretch.
Yeah.
Yay! She's like, wow.
Yeah, Lily, look, that's Mommy, and you're stretching and probably pooping. So, Chili, what birthday milestone do you think she'll actually blow out her candles? What month, what year?
I'm going to go with 8 months.
8 months you'll be able to blow it out and listen to blowing it out?
Is that...
Ask your sister.
Yeah, it's definitely 8 months.
8 months, really? Okay, what do you think?
Like a year and 5 months?
Yeah, I like his guess. It's more accurate.
Look, it's start blowing bubbles and stuff. Like 6 months old, why wouldn't she be able to blow it out at 8?
Right, and then she'll be, I don't know.
But she's not going to be able to listen. She's not going to be like,
So, what's your guess then?
a year, at least 1 year old.
At least 1 year old, so
Alright.
on her 1 year.
Well, let's see what kind of cake this is. That's all icing.
Ugh.
It's
Oh.
really
Oh, why are you touching it like that?
And a white cake.
A white cake? It's vanilla cake, Logan.
That's called white cake, right?
No, stop it.
Whatever. Alright. So let's go over your guess, Lily. There's stuff on my face?
There's a lot of stuff on your face.
Okay. Let's go over her gifts. There's an airplane outside.
How did you hear that?
I hate it. I hate sounds.
Stop, it's bad. You should have left it alone. I told you it was
Now it's
bad.
worse.
It's just everywhere now. It's on your hand, it's on your face.
I'm not like Lily. I'm eating my hand.
She does do that a lot.
So
She
guys,
cuts her.
now that she's 3 months old, she eats her hand.
Oh, you do want it.
This is a very dry whip.
It's a pet wipe.
It's a pet one.
Why did he look all weird? It's clean.
I heard pet, and I was like, that's not good. All right, Lily, let's go over your gifts that we got you since you turned 3 months old.
All right.
So I know you like to eat,
Mm-hmm. Of course.
so I got you a cookie cake.
Wow. A big old cookie cake. Say thank you, Daddy.
Yeah, so you're not going to eat any of it, but cookie cake, right? And then we got you this thing. So when you squeeze it,
That's copyrighted though, so stop playing it. But it vibrates.
yeah, it vibrates. Look.
I don't like the frog noise. It's weird.
Look, she's sleeping through it, so she likes it.
Yeah, she obviously loves it.
Yeah, if it woke her up, she wouldn't like it. So we got her that, and that's pretty much
No,
it.
LG's still a kaleidoscope.
Yeah, we had the kaleidoscope for her, but he kind of just took
Let me
it.
give me that.
Put it up to your eye.
This doesn't look good. Oh, wow!
Don't you love it, Lily?
Look what you can see, crazy colors.
Yeah, what if you put it up in the camera?
Oh, it actually works. Oh my gosh, this actually works. Keep spinning, keep spinning. Trippy, that's really cool.
It's like an optical illusion.
That's sick. Oh, that is sick. Oh, I'm bored now. I need to go elevator and toy back.
Maybe we should have given that to her when she actually like opens her eyes, which she does,
Yeah.
but just not right now.
Yeah, Lily, we don't have a lot of gifts for you. I mean, you're 3 months old, stop being greedy. At 1 month, she went to Disney World, right?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
It was her best birthday. Now, do you remember her 1 week old birthday compared to her now? Look at how big she is.
She's a big old baby. She's huge. Her poops stink a lot now. Every time I have to change her poop diaper, she's getting an outfit change because it goes everywhere. I don't know how you guys change her diaper and not get poop everywhere. No, it goes everywhere. It's so much. And you lift her legs, and then you take out the diaper, and then it just falls on her outfit. I have not changed her diaper successfully without having to change her whole outfit. Her outfit's done.
Oh my gosh.
Well, next time she moves her diaper and I change out, we got to watch and tell me how the hell you
You're
do that.
supposed to like use the diaper to wipe all the like.
I do, but there's
excess.
still more up her back. There's still more on the sides of her ass. It gets everywhere. But you're telling me on her outfit, there's not any type of piece of food that falls on that outfit.
No,
Well-
there's not supposed to be.
Well-
She's like, yeah.
Yeah, she takes the biggest, stinkiest poops ever. They're massive. They're massively stinky. Hey, LJ, do you want to take a bite of her cake?
Yes. Take a cookie cake, icing cake.
There you go. You take a bite. That's your side.
Oh, it's all over your. Take a cookie cake. Yeah.
Yeah, she takes the biggest, stinkiest poops ever. They're massive. They're massively stinky. Hey, LJ, do you want to take a bite of her cake?
Yes. Take a cookie cake, icing cake.
There you go. You take a bite. That's your side.
Oh, it's all over your nose and everything.
It's cold.
Ugh. Hurt my teeth.
How is it?
Not the worst.
I've had worse.
Just icing.
All right, Chili, you guys try it. You take your side.
Full of icing.
It's a lot of icing, right?
Oh, that's disgusting. That's too much frosting.
What?
Yeah, we're not getting any cake here.
I don't want to eat that. Here, you can spit it out. I got over it. That
That's
was
what she
gross.
said.
I mean, if you cut it, I'd eat the cake.
Yeah, but like a little bit too much frosting. It's like this is just frosting.
Yeah, but go back and watch the month vlog.
This has nothing in it. I told you to throw stuff away.
Oh, this is purposely sneaking on my birthday party every single one. I really have.
Yeah. Hold on.
Spider-Man mask.
Beginning of the vlog.
What?
Get down, get out of this chair and pick up the big pieces of food.
Why is there a Spider-Man mask?
Hey,
Yeah.
pick up the cup and those big pieces of food off the floor. Hand me the cup. Give me the Skittle. He's not going to eat that. Put that in there. He won't.
Here.
Doesn't like them.
How do you know?
There's been ones on floor. Direct him over here. There's another piece.
Time to put her down. Oh, babies. Alright. So, Lily, things have happened since she's been 3 months. Well, she just turned 3 months. I'll give her an
Other little
update on
pieces
how she's
right there.
been The last month.
Since the last birthday.
Yeah. So, we never use.
Whatever, pick
one
those
percent
up.
of your newborn clothes.
Pick those little
So we have
pieces
a bunch
up and
of
put them in this
nice
cup.
newborn
No.
clothes we never wore. That's a fact.
Yeah, put it in here. And then there's another one. There's a
She
few.
weighed 13 pounds. So I took her to an appointment the other day. She weighed 13 pounds. So you're 13 pounds right now, which is, I don't know if that's a lot, but that's average. You don't think you have a big
There's another one.
It seems that you also
There's a few
currently
more.
have a black one.
I would do it. Here.
What is you?
Guys, so I took her to the appointment, so the back of her head's a little
There's one
flat,
under the
and
desk. Go
nothing
get it.
more tummy time. By 4 months, she has to wear a helmet like Jeff.
No, back farther.
She's literally going to be Jeff.
Back farther, there's a bigger one by your
That
head.
flatness in the back of your head.
Can I give you tummy time? But here's for the future. She hates tummy time. You hate tummy time, really. Like, it upsets you so bad.
Now, give me that
She does not like
7-Up
tummy time.
bottle.
I don't understand why her head's flat. She doesn't want to
Sprite,
bag. I
whatever.
think it's
It's empty.
It's for your comfort.
On the
Like,
desk.
You're laying her on like cement in her back.
Yeah.
You lay on a beanbag. Don't play on a stand mat.
And she's always held. all
On the
time.
desk. Give me
Don't
that.
love your baths.
Does that bag have anything in
I feel
it?
like it's hurting you when we're trying to say things that you remember about her.
Does that bag have anything in it?
Yeah. So guys, she'll like talk me down, bring at you and laugh, and she does laugh a lot more and smile a lot more. I have a lot of videos of that. So we just upload a video one day of just 10 minutes of her talking.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's so
There's
There's a piece on the desk too. Eat it.
And smiling.
She has so much to say. She knows how to TV and ceiling fans.
Yeah, ceiling fans are her absolute favorite to watch. She thinks they're the craziest things in the world.
And she loves how
Yeah, I honestly, she likes to watch things like that.
Oh, she does.
And watching football.
And Monsters Inc.
And Monster Inc.
She
So
likes the colors.
those are the things she likes so far.
Would you say her favorite color is still yellow?
I think it's between yellow and green.
Oh, I mean, it's kind of the same shade.
I think she likes yellow and green, or like a lime green, close to yellow, because like when she watches football games, she's just mesmerized by the color green.
And Fortnite.
Yeah, so I think she likes yellow or green. But before she ever watches these vlogs, I'm gonna say, what's your favorite color? Just so that, you know, I don't want her to watch these and be like, oh, I gotta say what she thought on the videos.
Yeah, that would be lame.
Yeah, so, yeah, she just sleeps, and that's pretty much it right now. The cat likes to use your car seat as a bed, so that's why it's always covered in fur.
Mm-hmm. Like, covered. She'll just hop right in there.
Yeah, she thinks that's her bed, so, and she likes car rides. She always loves car rides.
Good morning, Lily. Oh, you just woke up.
You awake?
Hello.
Hey, Lily. You awake now?
He's trying to join the party.
She's like, I'm not 3 months old till 5:43 p.m.
5:43? I thought it was 4:53.
4:50. I'm not wrong. I
Wow.
got it mixed up.
Logan forgets Lily's birthday on her 3-month-old
Yeah,
birthday.
Lily, at 4:53 p.m. Man, it's always engraved in my mind. It's on her birth certificate too.
Oh my gosh,
I
that's
said
so bad.
5:43. It's 4:50. Yeah.
It doesn't matter, you got it wrong. There's only one thing you were supposed to get right.
What other baby do you know that was born at that time?
Yeah, so tell me.
What baby are you talking about?
Logan has secret kids?
Logan has a secret family. Logan has a kid with someone else. It was
The amount of...
She did.
Oh no, it's not funny, Lily!
She thought it was funny.
The amount of times people have commented and said, oh my gosh, is that like Logan's son?
So let me tell you something. So me and Chili's sister hooked up back when I was in freshman year, and we had him.
That's our love child.
We had
We're
him.
super close family, that's why.
And so LJ, since we call him LJ, his name is actually Logan Jr.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that is actually
Yeah, so
confirmed.
freshman year, I had just me and Chili had a math class, and I saw her address on her backpack, and I went to her house and tried to find her, and then her sister said, "Oh, you look cute."
No, I actually, no. He came 10th grade, so he came when I was in 11th grade.
Oh, yeah.
So when we met,
Oh, yeah, so me and
When
Chili.
you guys were dating and you came over to see her,
Uh-huh.
then, you know, she went somewhere. I don't remember
Yeah,
where.
the lights were off. I thought it was Chili. Anyway.
because I did have brown hair back in high school.
Brown hair back then.
Yeah, I could.
It makes sense.
Oh, she's not like that. She doesn't like having a brother.
He's like, stop. This-
It's a nice older brother.
When are you gonna have kids?
Except for Lily calls me. My name is Dad with the squeaky voice.
Dad with the squeaky voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So LJ's my kid. It's our coming out video. It's a problem. So Lily, you have a half brother.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
You have a half brother now, Lily.
I think it would be like a 70. It'd be like a 75% brother because like we're still sisters, so you know.
Man,
Closer.
that'd be a weird life. If had kids with two sisters, and they're like, well,
You know, stop, because that's somebody's problem right now.
someone's actually having that problem. Guys,
Yeah.
comment if that's your problem. Let us know. All right.
Lily's trying to be awake for this video, but she can't push through, and that's okay.
My favorite thing for Lily to do is when she grabs my finger, which she's not doing right now because she's sleeping, but usually she squeezes my finger really hard. So let's do hand check. Let's compare our hands.
Oh,
Compare our hands. So
it's such a little baby hand.
look at the little baby hand. Oh,
Look at the little fingers.
so
Just put your fist next to it.
yeah.
Damn.
So look, these are our hands compared to your 3-month hands, Lily. So we can be able to compare them when you're older.
Here, open them. Open them.
Look at that. They're opened. That's her hand.
It's so cute.
All right, guys. That does it for Lily's 3-month birthday. Is there still stuff on my face?
A lot of stuff on your face.
A lot.
Yes, you have blue, yellow, and green because you mixed the blue and the yellow and it made green.
Blue and yellow make green, Lily. Your favorite color. All right, so we'll see you guys on her 4-month birthday, and we'll see you tomorrow on another vlog.
So when Lily looks at LJ, she almost looks at him like, is that my dad? And so we laugh and we say that's her dad with the squeaky voice.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, hi, Lily, and then you'll be like, hi, Lily.
Oh, Lily. Oh my God! Right now, it's not too late. If we all talk to her in a British accent, she'll be British.
Oh my gosh, that's actually true. She'd be like, yeah, pass me the tea.
Tea, Lily. You want some tea?
Lily.
Lily.
Okay.
You want some tea? What if I was the only one that did it? I thought y'all were doing it too, and then she just thought I was weird.
Oh no! She said, please don't ever do that.
Okay, we won't do that, Lily.
Okay, no,
end it.
no pretend accents.
Yeah, okay, so that ends it for her 3-month vlog. We'll see you guys later, and see you tomorrow. Damn it, Beans! See, guys, look, I told you. Beans loves her car seat.
She loves it when the top is closed too.
I mean, she's like, oh yeah, this thing's convertible? Damn!
Convertible? Wow.
You got me the convertible? Damn! You are so ridiculous, Beans. That is Lily's car seat, and you're treating it like it's your own little personal Ford.
we detected a highly sophisticated and targeted attack on our corporate infrastructure.
I didn't used to think that a foreign military would come after us, and now they obviously...
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new story. I know you'll enjoy it, so sit back, relax, and let's just get right into it. Today we got a story of probably the nastiest Karen of all time, who comes in and absolutely ruins the school dance, as you'll see why. And when I say the nastiest Karen of all time, I legitimately mean the nastiest Karen of all time. So yeah, if you're a little queasy, or you can get sick to your stomach easily, strap in. I'd say either way, strap in for this one. Definitely don't strap on, and let's just jump right into it. We're going to call the subscriber who submitted this story Brett. And anyways, right, so at Brett's school, you know, he was a freshman. And once in middle school, this never happened. But for him, once you entered high school, there was like a school dance. It happened once a year, and it was a really big deal. And there was this one dance that happened during the school dance, or this one song that would always play. There would always be one slow song. And basically, it was kind of known that whoever you danced with at the slow song, you guys have basically gone to 12th base at that point. That is the slow song. There's screw the first, second, third, and fourth base. The 12th base is the greatest one, and that is you got to dance with your crush at the slow song. Getting married is for chumps. Having kids is for losers. You know what winners get? The slow dance song with the girl they like. That's how it went at this school, right? So, you know, there's this girl in his class, we're going to call her Ava, right? And Brett really liked her. And they talked a lot. And they were at a point where a lot of people were saying, you know, the school dance is coming up, and Brett is definitely getting that dance with her. He's definitely getting the slow song with her. However, Brett was not the only one in competition here, because this other guy who we're going to call Ben, because we always call the secondary character Ben, right? Poor Ben. He's always made as the villain here. But anyways, Ben also had a thing for Ava. But it just wasn't going that well. Because, you know, Ben was kind of just known as a jerk. And, yeah, he has cemented his, you know, his status in the class as a jerk for, it's kind of unfair. I mean, he's only been a jerk to everyone for the last 10 years, guys. Like, that's really unfair now. No one really liked Ben, but it was also kind of due to his own doing. He did it to himself. You know, he did it to himself. You do. However that song just goes. Anyways, right? And at this point, Brett and, you know, Ava were talking a lot, and it was pretty clear that Brett was going to get the dance with her. But Ben overheard this, and, one day, Brett was sitting at the table with his boys, and one of his boys comes up to him and lets him know, hey, man, like, just so you know, I think, like, Ben is going to try and, like, nab that dance from you. And you might be thinking, like, Connor, this is this... How's it going, everyone? Today we got a crazy story that I know you'll enjoy. So we're going to call the subscriber who submitted this story Chris. So anyways, there's this girl in Chris's class who we're just going to call we're going to call her the furry girl, and a little disclaimer. It's totally fine if that's something you like to do. Honestly, at this point, you know, it's not even that big of a deal. Because I know a lot of people in the comment section last time I had like a furry story were like, well, you know, I am one, but I don't act like this. I don't care if you do this. Like, I really don't care. It's all good for you. As long as you don't do what the furry in this video does, you are totally cool in my book. So yeah, if you're a normal person who just has hobbies like that, I don't care. But if you do what this person does, bro, you're not normal, man, as you will see. Anyways, we're just going to call her furry girl. Actually, specifically, we'll just call her Wolf Girl, because she has like a wolf outfit or whatever. So anyways, there's this girl in Chris's class who we're going to call Wolf Girl, with the disclaimer out of the way. Also, if you know someone who does this, don't be cruel to them for no good reason, unless they try and consume the teacher. Okay, that's the exception where I say bullying is good. Don't take me out of context. Anyways, though, so there was the girl, the Wolf Girl, every single day would come into class with this like tail type thing. Like, she'd have a tail clip on, and some people were like, what is that? Like, some people they didn't question it outright to her, but, you know, Chris's class was actually pretty cool about it, because it's not the most normal thing ever, but no one blatantly made fun of her to her face, which is pretty good. I think we're definitely moving in the right direction when it comes to that stuff, and I'm very happy to see that no one in Chris's class was just being a jerk for no good reason. But yeah, every single day, this girl would wear this, like, wolf tail type thing, and no one would really care. And the teacher was also fine with it. The teacher just didn't really care about that because he was like, okay, like, it doesn't really affect the learning. It's not so overly distracting. Like, they were pretty loose with the dress code. You could kind of wear whatever you wanted unless it had, like, swear words on the shirt or it said something insane. Or there were some instances, but for the most part, the teacher didn't care. The teacher probably would have said something privately if there was a problem. But every single day, there wasn't a problem. However, all this...
No.
Come on, him?
I like him. Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up message quicker. And
right, well, not all of a sudden. There was a day, where the story really starts, where they had an exam in this class. It was like a midterm. I just had a lot of midterms. That's why I didn't post that much a week ago. And during this midterm, right, it was a pretty big one. It was the first of 2 that they were going to have this year. And, Chris gets in there a little bit early. He sits down. And a little bit later, the Wolf Girl gets there. And the Wolf Girl is not wearing her typical wolf tail and clothing. She's wearing a full-on wolf suit. Like, she has a big wolf suit, whatever type thing. She came in full dress, bro. She came in the full thing. And here's the thing, right? The teacher didn't totally understand what this was, and normally probably would have been okay with it, and as you will see in later, he actually doesn't really care normally. However, the thing about, like, the full, the full fur suit, wolf suit, whatever, is that there was a lot of space in it. Like, the Wolf Girl was basically wearing a wolf helmet and a full wolf costume body type thing. And it wasn't super clear if there weren't, like, notes or something inside. And, so the teacher actually, like, kind of, like, pulled her aside as soon as she walked in. And the teacher explained pretty blatantly, like, hey, can you take that stuff off for the test? Because, the teacher was not sure even what that was. And also, he was kind of thinking, oh, well, there's a chance that, I don't know, that there's notes inside. How some people will, like, write notes on inside their hoodie or something. And at a minimum, it's, like, probably a little distracting for a test environment. At a minimum, right? But the Wolf Girl was not very happy with it. The Wolf Girl was like, this is who I am, you're taking this away from me, which, okay, I don't know if I can fully get behind that specifically. But anyways, the Wolf Girl was not very happy about it, but the teacher was pretty firm. The teacher was pretty cool with everything else. As you will see later on in the story, he didn't care if the girl wore it at a different time. He just wasn't a fan of it during the test, and also because he just didn't understand even what was going on, right? And, eventually they had a little bit of a back and forth. It never got really heated. It's about to get pretty intense later on, but for this time, it didn't get that heated. The Wolf Girl was kind of just like, oh, no, like, that's, like, I'm keeping this on. This is part of me. But the teacher was firm enough in his response to be like, no. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work like that. You just can't. It's like, I don't know. I think the teacher was fine in saying that. So, the Wolf Girl had to take off her costume. It took about, 5 minutes to do so. So the teacher informed her on when she came back in the room, which the test had already started, that, she could have 5 extra minutes if necessary, which the test wasn't supposed to take the whole class period. So it was kind of just a courtesy of, I made you go do something for 5 minutes, so you get 5 minutes. So this was a very cool teacher. Good guy. She...
Try Swiffer Sweeper Wet. It gives me the cleaning power of a mop and the convenience of a wipe. Start Swiffering.
The test or whatever, and Chris was like, okay, this is very interesting, but I need to focus on the exam. He took it. Chris ended up doing just fine. Congrats, Chris. You will now have a good job later in life. I'm kidding. It's not always a direct correlation like that, but do well in school, kids, okay? But anyways, it starts to get interesting, though, the next day, because the Wolf Girl doesn't come into class that day. And I think this was middle school. And to my by the way, this was submitted to me to my Instagram DMs. My Instagram's in the description. Please follow me first, so I have a nice big number next to my name, and then DM me the full story. Don't DM me saying, do I want to hear a story? Yes, I do. But I also don't want to individually DM people. I try not to accept the DMs at all. I just read the story and write it down because it clutters up the DMs I have. They're already really cluttered. So the answer is yes, but I can't really respond to you most of the time. What I'm trying to say is just submit stories, right? I was told that it was very, very, very uncommon for anyone to ever skip class. I know that now I'm in college, attendance is not always necessary, especially for lecture-based classes. You're not always there. Sometimes it makes more sense to just learn it on your own and show up for tests and exams. That happens. However, at least for me in middle school, no one ever wasn't there in class unless they called in sick or whatever. And Chris just kind of assumed that, I don't know, the wolf girl was sick. I don't know. That's a fair enough assumption. That's sane enough, right? But anyways, as Chris was leaving the class, this guy who was in the class with him came up to him and was like, dude. And Chris and this guy were kind of friends. They were friendly. They weren't hanging out with each other after class or anything like that. But they knew each other. They were on a first-name basis. They had some good conversations when they were group projects. They shared some jokes in that class. But it was still a little weird for him to come up to him pretty intensely, meaning hey, dude, you need to listen to what I'm saying. And so, sure enough, right, Chris is yeah, what's up? And this guy's like, dude, do you know, the wolf girl in our class? And Chris is like, yeah, of course, the one with the tail. And he's like, yeah, you remember it happened yesterday? And Chris is like, yeah, I remember it happened yesterday. She came into class, and she was in that full suit or whatever, and she had to take it off. And the dude's like, yeah, you know why she's not in class today? And Chris was like, I thought she was, sick or something. No one skips ever. And the guy's like, so I happen to know a girl who's either friends with the wolf girl or has a friend, somehow has a connection to her, right? And Chris is like, okay. And they're like, dude, apparently the wolf girl was super mad yesterday when the teacher told her to take off the whatever she was wearing. And Chris was like, okay. And then he's like, oh, dude. And then, apparently she's not sick today. She called in sick, but she faked being sick. Chris is like, okay. And he's like, dude, apparently she's just been doing, ancient rituals. She's been, doing, voodoo spells on him and black magic spells and satanic curses. She's just been trying to do magic all day to try and curse this teacher. And Chris is like, what? That's insane. Where did you hear that from? That's really weird. And he's like, dude, trust me. I know that sounds insane, but I have a friend who has a friend who's super close with her. And the wolf girl was texting this girl all day, telling her about all the different spells and stuff that she was trying to put on the teacher. At this point, Chris is like, oh, wow. So this is a lot more deep than I thought. What is going on? And this guy's like, dude, I know it's super It's super weird. I don't totally get it. But all I'm trying to say is, you should definitely be in class tomorrow. Because if she comes, she's going to, I guarantee you it's going to be entertaining. And Chris is like, damn, all right. Cool. Okay. So the next day comes around. And this is where things really, really get interesting. Or it definitely is where the title of this video doesn't necessarily, not saying it, comes true. But, no, it does come true. It is where the title really becomes an integral part of the story. Which is, you've read it right. So anyways, how do we put this right? So anyways, next day, Chris is in class. It only took the teacher about a day to grade the tests. I think it was multiple choice mostly, so it was pretty easy. But there's a lot of kids in the class. Teachers have a lot to do. Cut them some slack, I found. And, so anyways, he's in class, and he is kind of just, he gets there, and he's waiting to see if the wolf girl comes, because, that's going to be interesting. And sure enough, the door opens, and the wolf girl comes, and she's in her full wolf bodysuit or whatever. And Chris is like, oh, at first Chris is like, oh, shoot, the teacher might have a problem with that. There might be an altercation, dang, this is about to get interesting. So the teacher sees the wolf girl and acknowledges the fact, looks at her, so he definitely knows that she's in this full-body wolf suit. smiles and says, "Oh, welcome back. Hope you're feeling better." No comment at all about the full wolf suit, right? And it looks like the wolf girl was almost like shocked that the teacher wasn't like upset with her. It was almost as if she like was doing that, wearing that to make him mad and be like, prove a point or something. I don't know. And yeah, the teacher honestly just didn't have an issue with it. I think the teacher just had an issue with the wolf suit before because like okay, first of all, it's very new to him. He doesn't know what's going on. But one, he's like, okay, there could definitely be like ways to cheat with that. And also two, low-key distracting for a test. But I guess he just didn't care during class time because I guess he was just waiting for it to be a distraction instead of during a test. He didn't want to risk anything, which I guess makes sense. So the wolf girl was actually kind of confused, like, oh, I guess the teacher isn't gonna, care, which, like, okay, that's fine, I guess. So, the wolf girl sits down, and Chris turns to his friend in his class, and his friend, like, looks at him and points, like, takes his phone out of his pocket and points at it, like, frantically. So Chris realized that, okay, like, I should check my phone. Chris very sneakily takes out his phone, because now, like, in college, at least for me, you can low-key have your phone out. There are some classes, some teachers are like, oh, I'll penalize your participation or whatever. But a lot, especially the lecture-based ones, they don't totally care. So, Chris, but in middle school, or at least high school, I forgot exactly when this took place, Chris had to be very sneaky with taking his phone out. And Chris looks down at his phone, and he sees a text from an unknown number. That unknown number happens to be his friend in the class. I guess he either got his number for a group project and just didn't put his contact in or something. And he's like, dude, I heard something crazy. And, sure enough, he's like, okay, what did you hear? And he's like, dude, you're not gonna believe it. And, Chris is like very sneakily trying to type because he's not supposed to have his phone out in class.
YouTube Music Premium is an experience that gives you complete control of your music. So you can listen without ads, download unlimited music for offline play.
So he's low-key like, bro, I'm not, like, he's like, yeah, okay, just tell me. And that's when Chris receives a text message saying, Wolf Girl is going to try and eat the teacher as revenge. You can only imagine how I reacted when I read this DM, dude. Like, I understand, like, this is crazy or whatever to the person who was actually there. But just imagine how I reacted reading this DM on my Instagram. Like, I've already had a story like this, bro. And then there's another one of these? Are you serious? Anyways, right? So, Chris is looking at this. He's like, what is this? He kind of responds like, what does that even mean, dude? And, sure enough, right, very soon, Chris never got a text message response. I think the kid just didn't want to, like, risk getting caught texting or anything. And also, I think the kid realized that, Chris would learn pretty quickly what that meant. Like, it wasn't going to be a mystery for very long what he meant by that. So this was the day where the teacher was handing back the test. So the teacher had a bunch of tests. He was going around. He was handing them back. And eventually he got to the row with the wolf girl. And this is when things got pretty interesting. So the teacher goes up to the wolf girl and takes out the test. And remember, the wolf girl's in full wolf suit or whatever. And the teacher hands the test, is like handing over the test. The test is in the teacher's hand. And before, the teacher could drop the test on the wolf girl's desk, the wolf girl quickly kind of like lunges her head forward and like engulfs this, like, the teacher's hand into her mouth, which is much bigger now because it's in like the wolf suit or whatever. And like, it doesn't have claws or teeth or anything, but bites down and starts to pull. And the teacher's like, yo! Okay, I don't know if he's like, yo, but he's like, what? And like, the wolf girl pulls him in and starts, how like a dog has like a chew toy and like shakes its head really quickly to try and like, wrestle it around. The wolf girl starts like to shake her head, and remember, the teacher's like, half of the teacher's arm is in her like, her fake wolf stuffed head or whatever, and starts like being whipped around back and forth. And the teacher's like, stop it, Stacy, stop it. Let's pretend her name's Stacy. And the wolf girl's just like, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I know you have questions. I don't have answers. I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? And the wolf girl's like, starts whipping his head around or whatever. And eventually, the teacher is able to break free or whatever, and is about to yell at the wolf girl. It's like, Stacy, what are you? And the wolf girl once again lunges out of her seat this time and like bites down on his leg. He's like, what are you doing? Like pushes her off or whatever. Doesn't destroy her with like a 360 karate chop to the face or something, but like pushes her off. And it's like, Stacy, like, this behavior is unacceptable. I need you to go to the front office now. Stacy goes on all fours, starts howling at him. There we go.
By my
He's like,
house.
Why do I live? Just to suffer, bro. What is this story? Anyways, the teacher is just like, this was not covered in grad school. This was not part of the final exam of how to be a teacher, man. What do I do? And at this point, two other kids in the class were actually like, they got up and they kind of like stood with the teacher. And they're like, Stacy, we need you to go to the front office. And Stacy's just barking at them. Like, I don't know why the wolf was barking, but whatever. People get confused. And yeah, so sure enough, like the two kids stood up to kind of like make sure that she didn't like attack him again. And the teacher kind of like phoned the security to come down. And after an insanely tense 2 minutes of like the wolf girl running around barking or whatever, the security guards came in, kind of like escorted her out. And yeah, let's just say that the rest of the class was extremely awkward. Because the teacher tried to continue on like nothing just happened. However, a girl tried to eat him and started barking and howling at him. So it's not like nothing happened, because something definitely did happen. Something definitely did happen. And yeah, let's just say that, when the wolf girl was allowed back in class like a week later, she was not allowed to wear her suit and wasn't even allowed to wear her tail, because the front office is like, we're not going to let you do any of that stuff just because we think you might do that again, And she had to sit in like a very specific seat that was like, you couldn't have one person in front or behind her, and she had to be in a certain part of the classroom. It was a very awkward next couple weeks. Eventually people kind of just forgot about it. And let's just say that the teacher was instructed to no longer have group projects after that point, just because like they didn't want Stacy to eat one of the other. But okay, I gotta say it with a straight face. They didn't want Stacy to eat one of the other classmates in her wolf fursuit. There we go. That's the premise of the story. Moral of the story is, I don't really know. I just don't be the antagonist in these stories in real life. Please. Click on the video on screen right now. I know you'll enjoy it. Just click it. Do it.
If you haven't tried Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray, what are you waiting for? It's Dawn's fastest and easiest way to clean everyday dishes. You just spray, wipe, and rinse. It cleans 5 times faster to actually break down grease on contact. So spray your dishes clean with Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray.
I can't. My toes.
How's the Honored One? I hope you're having a good day. My day is pretty good, actually. So today we got a story time of a spoiled kid who believes that he is simply entitled to a girlfriend. Just because he is, therefore, every girl must be fully in love with him, and if not, he's gonna throw a tantrum, which he does. I know for a fact you'll enjoy this video, so sit back, relax, subscribe if you're new, and let's just jump right into it. So we're going to call the subscriber who submitted this story Ryan. And by the way, Ryan submitted this to me over on my Instagram account. He just DM'd me the story, and I took it from there. You can do the same. My Instagram's in the description. So anyways, Ryan is really good friends with this girl named Eve. And one thing I will say is a lot of people don't have those, those mixed gender relationships, those friendships. They're really important. Like, if you just hang out with guys all the time, you're kind of missing, like, another perspective, in my opinion, right? So Ryan and Eve knew each other for like the longest time. They were friends since they had been very young. So they were just really close, and on a, they always talked about, they were just close friends, right? There's also a kid who we're just going to call the spoiled kid. And throughout the video, I might say, like, oh, Ryan said, hey, spoiled kid. By the way, they're not actually saying, hey, spoiled kid. They're saying, hey, Steve, or whatever his name is. It's just simply easier for me to juggle less names if I just call him the spoiled kid. So anyways, I can definitely say when it came to trotting with the ladies, I've not always been most in with the social cues. I mean, there's story times on my channel that you guys, that are from my perspective, that if you know, you know, I've not always been that great. Don't write letters. Anyways, I'm not letting you get that story yet. I'll redo it some.
No need to pre-rinse. Cascade Platinum has scrubbing and rinsing built right in. Just scrape, load, and you're done.
You're thinking, it's just another car commercial.
Today at a milestone and give you all the details that I haven't given before. But anyways, it was kind of getting to a point where he was finding it like, I'm kind of leading this kid on. And it was kind of true. Like, I mean, not really. It's a complicated thing when it comes to leading someone on. Because it's like, are you being nice? Are you leading them on? You could be doing both. You could be, I think it's bad when you intentionally mess with someone, but people not doing that. However, she was like, he obviously doesn't get the hint that I have zero interest in him, and like the spoiled kid was like a kid or something, or in like 8th grade or something, so that even wasn't that big of a deal. It's a confidence game though. But anyways, she just was like, I just don't, it will never work. I just don't ever see that happening. And she's like, you know what, it is. She's like, her and Ryan were talking to them. And he was telling Ryan, like, he deserves to know so that he can go on to other things. And Ryan looks at her and is like, yeah, that's I agree, like, that's a good call. She's like, can you talk to him, Ryan? And Ryan just looks at me and is like, bro, Ryan does not want to do this, dude. There's not a shot that Ryan wants to talk to this kid he barely knows. It's like, hey, buddy, how I put this? That girl you keep talking to, well, she just doesn't like you. I'm sorry. Like, is this really an awkward conversation? He doesn't want to have it. It's just not, it's not good. It's simply not good. But, you know, Ryan, being good friends with Eve, and realizing that, you know, this is, you know, she's trying to do the right thing, but it would be even more awkward for her. Ryan's like, you know what, fine, you owe me one, but I got you in this one. So after Ryan is like, kind of like maps out where, like, it doesn't go like full stalker mode, but he kind of figures out where this kid will be. This is like getting, he figures out, oh, he's in 6th period, whatever, science class or something. And I happen to be in class nearby. We have like 10 minutes left in the class to class. It never takes anyone that long to get there. So I'm just going to intercept him. I'm going to have like a 1-minute conversation. It's totally fine. So sure enough, Ryan finds, he gets out of his class, he finds the spoiled kid. And he's like, hey, bro, like, you talk for a second. And the spoiled kid, like, looks over and he's like, alright. The spoiled kid knows that he might be with good friends. And I feel a little bad for the spoiled kid here. I really don't later on, as you will see, he goes psycho mode. But right here, I do feel bad. And Ryan is like, hey, man, like, I'm the greatest news for you, you gotta talk. At that point, the spoiled kid's like, okay. And Ryan's like, hey, we're not friends, we're not like anything like that, but we're friends. And I just want to let you know that I can tell you with certainty that, you know, it's not going to go anywhere with me, and that you're basically kind of wasting your time unless you just want to be friends with her, then whatever. Right? Ryan was saying this as nice as possible, which when we feel bad things like this, it's going to be respectful. I agree with that. And Ryan's like, but no, you're a good-looking kid, and you've got a good personality, and just try shooting your shot somewhere else, and I guarantee you will find success, and you're not going to find success here. Ryan looked like a poet, bro. He did a great job in this one. He was like, he was a wordsmith delivering this not-so-great message in the best way possible. And, you know, spoiled kid seemed to take it really well, which was not the case at all, as you can tell by the title of this video. He got differently. Spoiled kid's like, alright, man, like, thanks for letting me know. You're like, you're a homie for that. Or says something like that. He's like, Trevor, you're a top job. So she's like, bro, yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's like, alright, peace. So they both go off through the classes. So eventually, Ryan's like, oh, okay. Sits down to the because that's good. I did the deed really welcome. I also did it really well, so he's not like bawling and crying, or I don't know, he does it his own, but he wasn't upset. He wasn't very really upset with me, right? Or not upset. And he was pretty happy by this because she doesn't want this kid upset, as he's kind of awkward, weird, not the greatest sometimes. You know, he wasn't a bad kid. Or so they thought. So, a couple days later, the spoiled kid comes up to Ryan. And Ryan's like, hey, what's good, dude? Because he feels bad. He's like, yeah, this kid's probably recovering from a heartbreak. Damn, bro. You know what? I'm going to be real for a second. I miss having my heart broken. Because I just don't even have anything. I don't have anything right now. I'd rather feel bad than not feel at all when it comes to that subject. Which sounds insane if you're like someone who's got play quite often and half the time because I'm playing against myself. Actually, not the most of the time. Look, I know it sucks, but bro, enjoy the pain. That's like.
I just stole that win from that dude.
Anyways, weird rant, tangent, philosophical, whatever. You know, Ryan felt bad. He's like, yeah, this kid's definitely hurting, whatever. What does he want? He's like, hey, what's good, bro? Spoiled, he's like, dude, I was just thinking about this. I'm not trying to make Apex PC. He's like, dude, I was thinking about this. Like, you know, with Eve, I had a lot of conversations with her. Like, I was talking with her a lot, too. And Ryan's like, yeah, you were. And he's like, bro, I just think that, like, I don't know, after a certain number of conversations, she just, like, needs to be my girlfriend. And Ryan's just like, what? Because Ryan just, like, heard the sentence, but you guys heard it too, that makes literally no sense. Like, it's not a comprehensible sentence. And he's like, bro, I don't understand what you're saying. Spoiled kid's like, dude, I just know. I was really thinking about it, and I was watching some YouTube videos and reading some comments and people on Reddit and Discord. But they all kind of, like, agreed that, like, I put the effort, and now she needs to put some effort back, like, my girlfriend. And Ryan looks at her and is like, dude, like, I'm sorry you're going through it right now, but that's just not how these things work, bro. And, you know, Spoiled is like, no, a lot of people actually agree with you. Ryan's like, well, I don't, and I know for a fact that he doesn't. And that's the important part. And, you know, Spoiled is like, well, you know, I was thinking about that, and morally, she should be my girlfriend. And you can't just say morally and then they say something that's completely incorrect afterwards. It's like saying, no offense, meaning like, you're actually ugly, well, but no offense, like, no offense.
What?
Or like, no offense, and just like, there's like, I don't even have
Honor.
just like, shot in the face. Like, that was
What?
shrug, but not on me.
No one. No. What? No. What?
So, Brenda, did you get your car fixed at the fender bender?
No, not yet, Linda. I'm still looking for a Lenza.
With Lending Tree, the lenders came to Linda.
The Lendas came to Linda?
They have a lender for nearly any agenda.
Thanks, Lenza. I'm gonna find the Lenza.
Lending Tree. You win.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new story. I know you will enjoy it, so sit back, relax, and let's just get right into it. Today we got a story of probably the nastiest Karen of all time, who comes in and absolutely ruins the school dance, as you'll see why. But when I say the nastiest Karen of all time, I legitimately mean. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new story. Today I got a story submitted to me that literally just finished. Like, the entire story has been going on for like a year, but it just finished a couple days ago when this kid got absolutely exposed for pretending that Dream used to go to the school. So as a lot of you guys know, Dream recently did a face reveal, which is something I never expected to see. And basically this kid, for an entire year, had been like kind of like becoming popular off the fact that he faked/pretended to be like close friends with Dream. Yeah, so let's just get into it. It's a pretty crazy story, and we're going to call the subscriber who submitted the story Kyle. So anyway, this all started a year ago. Kyle is now a sophomore in high school, but last year he was a freshman because it was his first year. Coming into the school, you know, there was another, like, it was in this high school, it was kind of like a mix of like a lot of kids around the neighborhood, but there's also some new people that just moved to the neighborhood. And And one of these new people who just moved in was this kid named Ben. So anyways, within a couple weeks, Ben was starting to spread rumors that he was like, that he knew like very popular Minecraft YouTuber Dream. And Kyle knew about this when Kyle was sitting at a lunch table with a lot of other people, and Ben sat down. He's like, guys, you're not going to believe what I'm about to say, but I approve. And whenever someone says, you're not going to believe what I'm about to say, but I approve, I mean, I'm going to start paying attention. I mean, that sounds kind of interesting. So everyone, Kyle included, like, we looked over and we're like, all right, that's good. It's like, the popular Minecraft YouTuber Dream. And, Kyle didn't watch Dream or anything, but he knew who he was, right? 30 million subs or 20-something at that time. People just know who the guy is, even if they don't watch him. But a few people at the lunch table were kind of fans of the Manhunt or whatever. And they're like, yeah, dude, like, what? What about him? And this kid's like, you know how I used to come from Florida when I just moved here? Insert random, middle of the country state. Like, Ben's parents, they fully moved. Like, not just moved, a couple blocks, moved many states away. So, Ben used to live in Florida, and that was, where Dream is from or something, or at least people believe that at some point. And, sure enough, they're like, okay. And Kyle has already started to put, the blocks together, or the pieces together. He's like, okay, obviously this kid's going to try and convince us that, Dream is his friend or something, but let me just hear him out. So Ben goes on to say, I know you're not going to believe me, but Dream used to go to my middle school, and we actually became pretty close friends. And we became friends before he blew up on YouTube, and we've stayed close together ever since. It's like, I know Dream's true identity, I know who he is. And they all kind of look at him like, yeah, okay, this guy's identity is not shown. He's not going to show it for a very long time. I guarantee that you don't know him. So then Ben starts to be like, well, actually, Clay and I, this is his first name, first name, personal basis or something. He's like, actually, Clay and I, we go way back, man. We go way back. And, I got some proof. So at this point, Kyle and everyone else at the lunch table, I mean, they're a little bit intrigued. This kid says that he knows who Dream is, and he says he has proof. Maybe they're going to see a Dream face reveal before it actually happens. So yeah, sure enough, he goes to his phone, and it's like, well, first of all, you guys want to see what Dream looks like? Look, a lot of people at the lunch table, yeah, they were kind of suspicious. Yeah, they kind of were like, I don't know if this kid's lying or not, but what if he wasn't? What if he wasn't and this was actually Dream's face? Remember, this is a year ago when he didn't probably even have plans of revealing it at that point, really had plans. And so, everyone kind of looked over, and sure enough, there's a photo of Ben and some random blonde kid. That's the other thing, right? At this point, what I think people were about doing was that he was blonde, maybe had blue eyes, and was probably just a normal looking white dude, which it turned out that he was. But that's kind of what people assumed. So sure enough, it was Ben and a photo of some random blonde kid, right? And immediately Kyle's like, dude, how do I know that that's Dream, not some random kid? And Ben's like, all right, well, that's not proof enough. I have more. Okay. So anyways, he pulls up his phone, and he has text messages from someone named Clay. These text messages go pretty far back. And, it's not like he made them all up, last night or something, which would have been an obvious giveaway. But he showed kind of months and months and months of text messages with someone named Clay. And, sure enough, he said, congrats on the success with YouTube. Doesn't specify specific numbers or channels or anything, by the way. That's an important detail for people to realize. But say congrats on the success of YouTube. They talk about coming up in Florida again when he gets back on break or whatever. And at this point, Kyle's slightly suspicious, but the other kids at the table are starting to really believe it. They're like, oh my god, this dude has been texting this guy for months, he was playing. They're like,
why are you
so he would have definitely, he would have done this all last night, but no way that this is legit. And he's like, fine. And finally, the Ben kid's like, well, here's the last piece of proof. I can almost guarantee that I can agree that I knew before the whole thing. And they all kind of look at it and they're like, okay. And he pulls up a file, and it's a 2-hour-long file. And it's he starts playing it, and it's Dream's Minecraft Manhunt, but it appears to be unedited. And, Ben goes on to say, yeah, so actually, Clay, my friend, sent this to me before he uploaded it, so I could give it a look over. And it was like, the whole idea was like, this was like unedited footage or whatever that, was the raw file or something that wasn't the final touch. And so they're watching a little bit of it, and they're like, oh my god, like, dude, I think he's legit. And all the other kids at the table turn to each other. Kyle is just, he's not convinced. And I'm sure that there's some other kids at the table that were not completely convinced. But Kyle was not convinced, and maybe someone else. But the people, at least the ones that were talking, the most vocal people at the table, were convinced. That's the thing. The people that were most vocal at the table were convinced that, like, this kid actually knows Dream. So Ben went on to tell basically everyone else in his grade that he knew Dream. He showed the photo of him in quote-unquote Dream. And he showed the text messages and then the raw manhunt footage or whatever as like the final piece of proof, final nail in the coffin, right? So all of a sudden, within only about a week or so, this kid Ben, who just moved to the neighborhood, right? So he doesn't really know anyone. Within a week, immediately skyrockets to like one of the most popular people in school. I guess a lot of the people who went to the high school were like, fans of, either they were fans of, I don't know if they're fans of Dream, but they at least knew who he was, and all of a sudden they were like, oh my god, like, he knows a super famous guy? I want to associate with someone who knows a super famous guy, because then that means that I know a super famous guy by proxy. Oh my god, like, I am one removed from knowing someone super famous? I gotta be friends with him. Remember guys, this is high school, freshmen in high school. Dumb stuff like this does happen. The real world, no one really cares that much. I mean, a little bit, but you know what I mean. So yeah, Kyle was always suspicious, and he had always kind of been suspicious, and he told me that, even if I don't believe him, because Kyle submitted the story to my Instagram, which you can submit stories to as well. It's in the description. Also leave a like while you're down there if you're looking. But anyways,
If you haven't tried Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray, what are you waiting for? It's Dawn's fastest and easiest way to clean everyday dishes. You just spray, wipe, and rinse. It cleans 5 times faster to actually break down grease on contact. So spray your dishes clean with Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray.
Honey, it's time to get up. It's the last day of school before spring break.
But Mom, can't I just skip school? There's only one more day till spring break.
Jeff, I looked at skip school yesterday.
Fine, Mom. Have it your way.
Both my dads are gay.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Jeff, what's the answer?
Oh, yes, the answer to your question in question is, teacher, I feel sick.
Jeff, I've heard that excuse a million times. Teacher, Jeff broke an anal gland on me. Jeff.
All of my relatives are downside of the address and issue of public safety during last year's spring break. Done in the city, caused major damage on the city beach. There's one example I remember particularly well.
Okay, I'd like to report a giant pile of toxic waste on the beach. A pile of toxic waste.
Okay.
Oh, you mean that giant, that ugly old stupid guy sitting there? Yeah, Harvey, he'd be so proud to ruin his day.
It's like a South Park.
Service, I've never seen such a disgusting pile of toxic waste.
Hey, all folks from Gum City are hereby banned.
Welcome to Pug Network, and we are going to be playing Sister Location. And I know this game came out a long time ago, and I realized that, but just got to it now, so I've seen the gameplay of many of the parts, and I know the story, but it's the first time I'm playing myself, so hopefully I can play the first night, since I don't think you can
can, and let's dive right into it.
There's no doubting what you've achieved on a technical level. These are clearly state-of-the-art. There are just certain design choices.
Superwenta prevents streaks and haze better than a mop. So love it for your money back.
This is the style test. One fluid helps you choose, change, and match your style. Takes each of them.
How's it going, fellas? I've been holding this story for a while because it's probably one of the wildest ones I have. It's basically a story of when someone more or less ruined their lives in only a couple of seconds, bro. Like, you'll hear in a second, but this one's kind of crazy. Don't forget to leave a like in the video. Today is probably one of the funniest stories I've received in a while, where this kid gets a new iPad, looks up something he shouldn't, and his parents end up checking his search history, and you already know how that goes. Leave a like in the video to claim your free nothing, and let's call today's subscriber, let's call him Jimmy. So anyways, right, Jimmy, he was in first grade, and his parents, they decided, what, we're gonna get Jimmy an iPad mini for his birthday. So now he can go on the internet, play video games, and talk to his friends, or whatever. This was a huge deal for Jimmy at the time. This was a pretty big deal for Jimmy at the time because, all of his other friends had iPads, iPhones, computers. Dude, I didn't get an iPad until 5th grade, and I didn't get a phone until 8th grade. But, maybe this new generation, I don't know, man. But anyways, right, he was feeling good now. His parents thought he was it's a Saturday, and it's his birthday, and he walks down the stairs in his pajamas. His parents are there, there's like, I don't know, anything, candle in it, like, happy birthday, Jimmy, and Jimmy's all great. He's got this iPhone right. So anyways, his parents blows out the candle, makes a wish or whatever. His parents are like, hey, Jimmy, do you want another present? Jimmy didn't even really see the present first. He didn't expect anything. So he was just getting presents for his birthday. So it's up. Like, it's just stuff. He is so excited, man. It's an iPad mini. Finally talking to his parents. Oh, yeah, thank you so much. It's a great time. It's a great time. Yeah, I'm going to flash a man or something. He downloads all the games he wants to. He gets like iPad. But they thought to themselves, you know what, on the first day, on his birthday, let him go ham, let him do whatever he wants to do today. So anyways, right, Jimmy's upstairs, he's been on his iPad for like 3 hours, and he's just been like looking up random stuff on Google, like he was on Clash of Clans wiki to look up new like ways to do better at the game or whatever. He was looking up like cute puppies or whatever. And the thing is, right, Jimmy now has, the magical Google search engine. He can look up literally whatever he wants. If he has a question, he can go to Google. If he wants to learn something or look at something or figure something out, he can go to Google. Google is a magical thing. And Jimmy, was like, he's like, I don't know if I should look this up. I don't know if I should look this up, man. Like, when my parents find out, I don't know if I should look this up. So Jimmy kind of gets off his bed, gets out of his bed, walks to his door, looks down the hallway. Nope, his parents are not there. He looks both sides, goes back to his bed, sits down, kind of thinking to himself, I don't know, okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to look it up. He goes into Google, and he starts typing hot girl. He's like, oh my god, I don't know if I should do this. Anyways, eventually, Jimmy, he hits search, Google pulls it up, and Google's like, safe searches is not activated, just be aware. Jimmy's like, I don't know what that is. So Jimmy, immediately touches, clicks on images, looks at it, it's like, Jimmy's just like, oh my god, where are the clothes? This is disgusting. What am I looking at, man? What is this? So Jimmy immediately exits out of it. He even he's like, no, I'm done. This is gross. Escape. Goes immediately to Clash of Clans. He's like, oh my god. We're safe. We're good. Life's okay. We're doing just fine. So Jimmy honestly doesn't think much of what just happened. It was kind of just scarring for a moment. Then he went back to Clash of Clans, and he's already closed out of that tab. So he's looking up I don't know, Minecraft top 10 facts or I don't know what kids in first grade look up. Maybe like, I don't know, like how to cheat in school, how to hack school, like Santa Claus, like will he come save? I don't know what kids look up. But anyways, he's eventually kind of like done with his iPad for a second. He's been on for like 4 hours. He's kind of exhausted. So he goes downstairs and is just like playing outside or whatever. And he's just kind of running around doing his thing. Goes back up to his room, realizes his iPad's in like 10%. And he's like, oh, let me go downstairs and charge it. And the charger happens to be in the living room of the house, which is on the first floor. He lives on the second floor. And on the first floor of the house, when he goes down, puts his iPad in, he starts charging it. He goes up to his room and is like playing with it.
No need to pre-rinse. Cascade Platinum has scrubbing and rinsing built right in. Just scrape, load, and you're done.
Hot guy.
There's an Oral-B for every style.
It's like, I don't know, his Lego minifigures or whatever, or he's building a Lego set. He's just chilling in his room when he hears his mom call out to his dad. And his mom's like, Jimmy's dad actually says his name, like, can you come here for a sec? I want you to look at what I see on this iPad.
Oh.
Server and turn on notifications. Anyways, Jimmy's just sitting there. He's just like, oh my god, please be something else. Please be something else. And right, Jimmy's mom was like, to Jimmy's dad, he's like, look at what Jimmy was looking up on Google. And at this point, Jimmy knew it was over. He knew the game was done. He knew that he has been caught red-handed, bro. There's no escape. So Jimmy's sitting there. His heart's going this 1,000 miles per hour. He's like, so this poor Jimmy's just sitting there. He's like, all right. It's not over. The battle's not over. I'm not lost yet. It's like, all right. I gotta think of a way. I gotta think of a way to get out of this. Like, I gotta think of something. He's sitting there. He's like, all right. I got a plan. We go downstairs, pretend like I have no idea what's going on, and my mom is gonna confront me. And when she confronts me, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, like, yes, like, I remember, like, it was like that when I got it. It's so filthy and horrible. We should probably try and return the iPad, or at least, like, seek damages. Maybe we can sue them for evil stuff on the iPad. It was like that when I got that. There was some sick guy who was, like, maybe on the iPad before. It was not me, I swear to God, it was not me, it was someone else. Do you hear what I'm saying? It was like that when I got that. I almost threw the iPad across the room. I was so disgusted. It was terrible. You get what I'm trying to say. So Jimmy is like, alright, I'm gonna have to go down the stairs eventually, because it's gonna be dinner time soon. And, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm just gonna do it now. So Jimmy gets out of his bed. He's, like, sweating buckets at this point. He gets out of his bed after sweating. He's like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. We're gonna go downstairs. It's gonna be good. He opens the door. He starts walking down the stairs. He's like, I'm just gonna get a glass of water. It's gonna be good. You don't need to worry about it. If my parents call me, that's okay. If they don't, then I never have to talk about this ever. He walks down the stairs, and he's not even halfway down the stairs, man. He's not even halfway down the stairs when his mom's like, hey, Jimmy, do you mind if we talk for a second? And Jimmy's like, oh my god, this is never good. Whenever the teacher says, hey, Connor, can we talk for a second? Dude, that means I mess something up super bad every single time, I swear. So he walks over to his mom, and before his mom is able to say a word, dude, Jimmy's just like, it was like that. The iPad was like that when I got it. It was someone else. It wasn't me. I swear. And Jimmy's mom's like, Jimmy, we really don't care if you look that up. Like, that's fine. You're a curious kid. You're going to do stuff like that. Jimmy's like, no, mother, you must believe me. It was the evil guys at the Apple store, I'm telling you. And Jimmy's mom's like, Jimmy, calm down. Calm down, Jimmy. It's fine. We don't care. We're just going to install. Jimmy's like, no, it wasn't me. Jimmy's mom's like, Jimmy, it was you. Like, quit it. We know. Jimmy's just defeated. He's like, oh. Dude, I swear, when I was reading this story, I was laughing, bro. But anyways, Jimmy's mom's like, Jimmy, we don't care. We just don't want you to see anything weird on the internet. Like, you know what? When you're older, we'll take these off, but for now, we're putting in these parental blockers on your iPad. It's not like because we don't trust you or anything, and honestly, we really just don't care what you do on this. We just want to prevent you from seeing some weird stuff, and I just want to let you know, there's some weird stuff and some weird people on the internet. We're just trying to protect you here. You'll see that stuff eventually. We just want to give you some time. Protect your childhood. And Jimmy's like, oh, so I'm not in trouble? And Jimmy's mom's like, no, it's whatever. We really don't care. We just want to make sure you're not looking at some weird stuff. We're trying to protect you here. And Jimmy's like, oh, so I'm not banned from the iPad forever. Jimmy's mom's like, no, Jimmy, you are not banned from the iPad forever. So Jimmy goes back upstairs. He goes back in his iPad, and, sure enough, the parental blockers are on. But honestly, the parental blockers, they don't prevent him from playing Clash of Clans. They don't prevent him from looking up top 10 Minecraft, best moments or whatever. So Jimmy's chilling, man. And Jimmy, overall, had a fantastic birthday. Click on the video on screen right now. I know you'll enjoy it. Just click it. Do it.
Shut the fuck up. Bro, they probably had some white parents there.
Today we got a story just so scary, so terrifying, that it will strike fear into the hearts of anyone who listens to it. It will strike fear into anyone who listens to the tale I'm about to tell you. So grab an extra pair of pants, grab an extra diaper, strap in, and today we have a story of a mom who found her son's search history. Oh no! For the sake of the story, we're going to call the subscriber Brendan. Brendan, he's a 7th grader, and, as all 7th graders, he has internet access. I mean, I guess not all 7th graders, but as most...
Give me the pillow that you have up there that's down. You don't have his pillow all night, he's mad at you.
Oh.
Wow. Dad asked if this is his pillow, and he said no, and so he threw it back up there.
What?
He believed you.
I didn't say that. Okay, that's weird because I do not remember saying that.
Graders. He has internet access, and with internet access and Brendan being someone who's, he's exploring, he's growing up, all that kind of stuff. He's exploring all the crevices of the internet. He's exploring, all different types of websites, including ones that are a little bit unsavory. And the thing about Brendan is, he has parents that are, pretty religious, and you can have religious parents that, don't really care about this stuff, or you could have religious parents that care way too much about this stuff, and Brendan's parents cared way too much about this stuff. Look, in all fairness, I probably wouldn't want my, 7th grade son to, be looking at these websites, as there's some pure degeneracy on there, but at least I'm not doing what this mother is doing. So as the story goes, every single Sunday night, Brendan is required to turn in his computer.
Mirror, mirror on my five-piece Tremont bedroom set. Only $9.99. Dresser and mirror, chest, queen bed, even a nightstand. At Bob's Discount Furniture, you get the quality and value you deserve, even if you like talking to yourself in the mirror. Get Bob's Discount!
With Columbia at Kohl's, you'll find high-quality gear for wherever life takes you. Made for outside, made for adventure. Plus, earn Kohl's cash. Shop Columbia at Kohl's.
That's the device of choice. He's supposed to put it on the kitchen counter so that his mother can go through search history and see everything that he's been looking at and everything he's been doing on the computer. And the thing is, right, this system, it has a flaw or two, and Brendan is definitely out there exploiting those flaws. As Brendan, every single, he'll look at whatever he wants, and he's learned a thing or two about clearing history. I don't know why he doesn't just simply use an incognito tab, but he's at a point where, every Sunday he goes onto the internet and just individually clears the history of his browsing. I think he doesn't use incognito, as no browsing history at all would be suspicious, but, removing individual results from his search history, that makes it look legit, and he's been doing that every single Sunday. But this story happens on one fateful Sunday, right? When, Brendan, he's been browsing the internet, and he's been looking at, a variety of sites. And some of them, his mom may not be a fan of him being on those sites, man. Maybe not. I don't know. No, definitely she does not. But anyways, Brendan, on this Sunday, turns in his computer as always, goes upstairs, and just is kind of like, I don't know, maybe playing with his Legos or something. But anyways, while he's there playing with his Legos, he gets this kind of really weird feeling. You know that feeling where that kind of nervous, kind of anxiety when you turn in an assignment and you think to yourself, did I cite that properly? Am I about to get expelled for plagiarism because I didn't add one of 5,000 citations? I know I definitely feel that every single time I turn anything in. But this time, Brendan was in a panic, rightfully, as Brendan, sitting there while he's playing with his Legos, realizes that on this day, unlike, it's a normal Sunday, turning in his computer, he forgot to go through his search history and, go through it, comb through it, and kind of, remove any results that would be, classified as unsavory by his mother. And the thing is, right, Brendan doesn't exactly know what punishment he would get, but since his mother is super, the lack of a better word, about all of this, I think I gotta take that out. YouTube's gonna be mad at me. But realizing that he did not successfully clear his search hit he would get, but since his mother is super, the lack of a better word, about all of this, I think I gotta take that out. YouTube's gonna be mad at me. But realizing that he did not successfully clear his search history, his heart starts racing, his heart starts pounding, sweat beads start dripping from him. And he decides, okay, what do I gotta do? I need to get to that computer before my mother does. So quickly, he gets out of bed, or wherever he was sitting, I don't know, maybe he was laying upside down playing with his Legos, I don't know, man. But anyways, he gets up and he quickly runs downstairs. And when he's running downstairs, he's thinking to himself, oh God, please, don't let my mother have already gone through the search history. And he goes down to, goes down to the kitchen and see.
This is kind of a love story. Because what is this? If not pure, unbridled passion. At HomeGoods, you can always get more of what you love for less. Because the best things in life don't cost a fortune. They're found. HomeGoods. Go finding.
Yes, the computer is still, thankfully, the computer is still on the table. So he's fine.
I was talking to someone else.
His mother doesn't see
I think we should forfeit because we're already gonna lose.
Do you have anything to hide? And anyways, he grabs.